All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start the worksheet. As you watch the first video, the video that involved the color wheel, you should have answered these questions like what is hue, what is value intensity, understanding of primary and tertiary colors, complementary colors, and examples. So those things should already be completed. However, we're going to start working on the color wheel. This is where you're going to need your pencils. There are specific pencils you will need throughout these, and I'll kind of go over those as we go. So let's start off first. We're going to start off by labeling the color wheel. This top one is red. Larger one here is yellow. And this larger one over here on the left is blue. Okay. From there, we have these secondary ones here, these three. These are our secondary colors. Between red and yellow, this color right here is orange. Between red and blue is violet. And between blue and yellow is green. Okay. Quick note about your colors on your color wheel and the actual color worksheet is these pencils are designed to actually mix. You can mix them together. There's a soft wax that allows them to mix together, and we're going to kind of do that, especially as we work our way around the color wheel. So red, yellow, blue, those are our primaries first that we're going to go ahead. The colors that you're going to use for blue are the true blue, all right? Canary yellow is your primary color for yellow, and of course your crimson red is the color for red. So in working this, we're going to go ahead and start off by, we're going to fade from red to white. So we're basically going to create a value scale going from red to white. So as I've told you before, with value, it's always easy to go from dark to light. So I'm just going to kind of very lightly go up the sheet. I'm not really putting much pressure. I'm going to continue going up a little bit more. And just like I did with my regular pencils, as I'm working, I'm going to go crossing what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to go from dark to light. My pencil is not always going the same direction. And I'm going to kind of work myself up to white. And again, here it's going to be pretty solid down at the base, at the end, when I'm done. And again, notice how I'm going multiple ways, directions with my pencil to make sure that I get through the teeth of the pencil. I'm not really pressing really hard with my pencil as I'm going across. I'm just using the pencil itself as I go through. But I want that slow transition from red here to a little bit more pinker to white. Now, here's where the interesting color thing works. We're going to actually take your white, and I'm going to start working from white back. And you'll see how it's starting to mix here. So it's actually a directed movement. I'm layering the white down. Okay, I can always take it darker, as we've talked before. And again, as I'm working, I'm moving my pencil around to kind of work that way. Okay, so red to white. You're going to do the same with your yellow and your blue. Okay, you're going to transition from red to white, yellow to white, blue to white. Okay. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've done our red, yellow, and blue are primary colors. So again, on the second page, I'm going to ask you primary colors, red, yellow, blue. You should be pretty good there. Blocks. Just to be square, those secondaries between yellow and blue is green, and that is the grass green, the one that you're going to want to use. Between yellow and orange is orange, the only orange in the package. So grass green, orange, and then the other set that you're going to use is in between blue and red is violet, and that is the violet that is actually in the package. Okay, so again, for green, you're going to use the grass green, not the apple green. So let's go ahead and start with violet. Just as we did with the red, yellow, and blue, we're going to go ahead and slowly mix from a very dark edge to a lighter value. We're tinting. As you add white, you are tinting. Okay, and so I'm just going to go ahead from the end and mix that white into there. Trying to go as solid as possible. With those colors. As you can see, again going white from the inside out. Okay, so once you've got the violet complete, go ahead and do your orange and your green as well. Again, going solid color on the outside to white on the inside. Okay, so we've got our secondaries done, our violet, our orange, and our green. Again, remember those pencils that you use. We're going to go back now and we're going to actually start mixing these other colors in between, which are called tertiary colors. And they are exactly a mixture or a midpoint between a primary and a secondary. All right, they always lead off with the primary that has a little bit more weight to it. So since this is going to be more red than orange, this one here is going to be red, orange. This one here is more yellow than orange, so it will be yellow, orange. Again, this one here is going to be more yellow than green, so it'll be yellow, green. More blue than green, so it's going to be blue, green. Again, more blue than violet, blue, violet. And finally, more red than violet, so we have red, violet. Okay, now as far as mixing these, it's a little bit different. We're not mixing to white. We're going to mix these actual two colors here. So let's start off with yellow-green because it kind of works a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and sharpen a little bit more myself. I'm not really pushing a lot of pressure in with the sharpener. As I've told you yesterday, do not sharpen with the electric sharpen your pencils with the electric sharpener or the wall-mounted. Use the hand sharpeners. Okay, make sure that daily you clean these out. But starting out with yellow-green, I want this to be more yellow than green. We always put down the lighter value first, right? Because it's always easier to go what? I'm sure many of you said darker. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my lighter value down. And I haven't really gone as heavy as I did down here when I went to the yellow, but I did put a little bit down. And now I'm going to put my green on. So I'm not putting the green very heavy. I'm just going to put layer on after layer. And you can see here how it's starting to get a little bit of green on it. Again, I'm not really pressing very heavy. I'm just getting a layer of green down. This is going to be a color between the green and the yellow, and I'm going to go ahead and put another layer of yellow down on top. And again, I'm going in multiple directions. The idea is to try and get it to be as solid as possible. And then put a little bit more green down. I think it needs to go a little bit darker green. And as I work my way across, okay, so more yellow than green, hence the term yellow-green. Okay, so when I start working on my blue-green, I'll put, again, my lighter color down. In this case, it will be green. Again, I'm going to put a light value of green down, a light coating of green down first. And then I'll go in and add my blue on top of it. This will be more blue than green. A little bit more value of a little bit more, another layer of green down. So you're always adding the darker color first. Or I mean, sorry, the lighter color first, not the darker, the lighter. Okay, so you've got your light yellow-green, your green, and then your blue-green. Again, the blue's got to come through. And you're going to basically work yourself around. When doing the red-violet, use your red first. When doing the blue-violet, put your blue down first. Okay, red-orange, orange first, yellow-orange, yellow first. And you're going to complete the whole color wheel like that. Okay, this is what your completed color wheel should look like. Again, you're with the primaries and secondaries, you're going from your primary color towards white. With the secondaries, you're going from the secondary color, really solid, very dark hue, down to white. And then with your tertiaries, it should be a mixing of your primary and secondary together.